My son had so many toys, but he was still bored. Then I saw him playing happily at the Japanese parenting center. Wait, is something wrong with my home? So I asked the Japanese childcare professional. Her answer completely changed my approach to parenting. Fewer toys, more walking, cooking together, and even communicating without words. I started trying these simple Japanese parenting ideas at home, and some of the results surprised me. 1. Toy rotation. The advice I received was surprisingly simple. Choose toys that match your child's current development, and only keep as many as fit on the shelf. When he stops playing with something, rotate it out. And then I realized our toy shelf was simply too full. Some toys were already too babish for him, while others were just sitting there because I couldn't bring myself to put them away. So I decided to try her advice. I started keeping only the toys he was interested in right now and rotating the others out. I also started using a simple one-in, one-out rule. If he hadn't played with that toy for about a week, I took it off the shelf and replaced it with another toy. Instead of throwing things away, I let the toys circulate. I sell some, give some to friends, and donate others. We do the same with books. We borrow most of our books from the library and rotate them every couple of weeks. And surprisingly, our small toy shelf became much more interesting to my son. He started choosing toys by himself and playing more calmly and for longer. That's when I realized children don't need everything at once. They just need the right things at the right time. And that's how real self-discipline grows. 2. Walk more. I realized I was doing too much for my son. I was carrying him, pushing him in the stroller, and carrying a big bag full of things he might need. I wanted to make going out easier for him, but somehow it was making things harder for me. My son loves going to parks and museums, and I wanted him to have more opportunities to walk and explore. So I asked a mom friend who often takes her child on day trips. She looked at my huge bag and said gently, "Maybe it's time to graduate from carrying so many bags. Let your child walk, and bring only what you really need." Her words surprised me, and at that moment I suddenly thought, why have I been carrying so many things we never even use? So I tried it. I stopped bringing a huge bag and started taking only the essentials, diapers, a change of clothes, and a drink. And when we were somewhere safe, I let my son walk instead of putting him in the stroller. It made a bigger difference than I expected. I felt lighter, moved around more easily, and my son got more opportunities to explore on his own. I realized that sometimes helping my child doesn't mean doing everything for him. Sometimes it means stepping back and letting him do it himself. 3. Cook together. I didn't just want my son to eat. I wanted him to be part of the meal. But there were times when he didn't want to eat certain foods. So instead of simply asking him to eat, I started letting him help me prepare the food. In Japan, children are often involved in meals from a young age. At preschool and kindergarten in Japan, they may help serve food and set the table and clean up after meals. The idea is that children learn not only about food but also about sharing, helping others, and taking responsibility. So I started bringing this idea into our home. My son helps carry his plate to the table and put things away after meals. Recently, his special job has been cutting cucumbers with a toy-safe knife. And something surprising happened. He used to ignore cucumbers, but when he cut them himself, he ate them like crazy. So I started letting him do more. Cutting cucumbers, peeling corn, adding seasoning. Even these tiny jobs make him feel like I made this. And I think that's why he became more interested in eating. I've also started introducing simple tools like scissors because Japanese preschools often give children lots of opportunities to use their hands, cutting, folding, sticking, and making things. For me, food education isn't just about teaching children what to eat. It's about giving them small responsibilities and letting them experience. I can do this by myself. 4. Communicate without words. My son can say some words now, but he's still learning how to express himself. So we needed more than just words to understand each other. In Japan, we often use songs, picture books, gestures, and sound when communicating with young children. I started using these things in our everyday life too. For example, when we saw a bear in a picture book, I would sing the song Mori no Kuma-san, a song about a little bear. When I asked if he wanted water, I would make a drinking gesture with my hand. And when we sang songs, I added simple movements that he could copy. Then something amazing happened. When I sang the bear song, he started pointing to the bear. When he wanted water, he started making the drinking gesture. And when he wanted a certain song, he would do the movements from that song. He was communicating with me before he could fully communicate with words. It made me realize something. I started thinking of my son as someone from another world. I was still learning our language, our culture, and how everything around him worked. Instead of always trying to make him understand me, I started making an effort to understand him first. Sometimes I even use gestures to show him that I don't understand. I raise both hands and say, I don't understand, and he knows what I mean. Of course, I still don't understand everything he is trying to tell me. But little by little, we're finding our own ways to communicate. And I think that's one of the most beautiful parts of watching a child learn to communicate. まずどれかな？あ、多分ある。5. Bilingual parenting. In Japan, some children start English lessons as early as infancy. I also wanted my son to understand and speak English, so I took him to an English story time. I had a great time, but my son spent most of the session walking around, and I realized that simply taking him to an English class wasn't going to make him bilingual. I wasn't sure what to do. Then one day, I met an Indian mom and her son at a park in Japan. Her son could speak several languages, so I asked her how she did it. She told me that she mostly spoke English to him, but sometimes used her native language, while her husband spoke both Japanese and English. By the time he was 2.5, he could speak 3 languages. That conversation made me realize something. Language is something children learn by using it every day. So I decided to try using English with my son from time to time. I learned a few simple phrases that we use every day. Do you want to change your diaper? Do you want to eat some cheese? Yeah? Like, do you want some water? And do you need a diaper change? And started using them with him in English. After using them over and over, he started understanding these simple English questions and instructions in our daily life. It's still work in progress, but I'll keep making English as a natural part of his everyday life. After trying all of these things, I realized something. Maybe Japanese parenting isn't about doing more for children. It's about creating an environment where they can do more for themselves. Fewer toys, more walking, cooking together, communicating without words, and learning English through everyday life. I'm still learning as a mom, and I hope to keep growing alongside my son, one small step at a time. If you enjoyed this video, a like or subscribe really helps the channel grow and lets us keep sharing Japanese parenting with you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!